Recorded live right here in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's time again for Larry's Rants, Raves, and Reviews. And now here's Larry.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. There's a lot to say about what's happening in America these days.
Yeah, boy.
Let's get right into the show. Let's talk about the No King Rally, Randy.
Okay, all right.
Folks, the name of this episode is Lawlessness by Design, and I think we've got a clip to let you understand why we named it that way.
Okay.
Roll clip 1.
You just have to flood a country's public square with enough raw sewage.
He did that.
You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt,
Yep.
plant enough conspiracy theorizing.
Let's do it.
Then citizens no longer know what to believe.
Right.
Once they lose trust in their leaders,
We have.
in mainstream media, in political institutions, in each other, in the possibility of truth, the game's won.
We forgot all about the possibility of truth out of the legacy media, I can assure you of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Barack Hussein Obama, America's biggest mistake. I keep saying it, folks, but it's true. Maybe after that clip, you'll understand why I keep saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Randy, the No King Rally is actually what I call a hate rally.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
I hate America rally. I hate morals rally. I hate law rally. Simply summing it up, it's a hate rally.
Right.
So the Lawlessness by Design is put together by the Democratic Communist Committee, I think consisting of Hussein,
Sure.
Pelosi,
Sure.
Schumer,
Sure.
Hillary,
Sure.
Hakeem,
Yep.
AOC, and it is all financed by
Of course.
George Soros. Play us clip number 2, would you?
Clip number 2 coming up. Let me get the sound.
The Democrats today are a party of radical interest groups. Now, I will say one of the most important things President Trump has done recently is he has pledged that he's going to go after Antifa. And what I've been urging is follow the money, cut off the money.
There you go, Randy.
That's it.
And you look at this No Kings Rally, and there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network is behind funding these rallies, which may well be riots all across the country. And Soros is writing the check. And so I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act that would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses for RICO. Why is that? Because it would let the Department of Justice use RICO, racketeering, to prosecute the money that is funding the anti-Semitic protests on campuses, the pro-open border protest in L.A. and other cities.
It's about time.
And these No King protests. Anyone that is supporting rioting and violence, it lets you go after the money. I've urged both Pam Bondi at DOJ and Kash Patel at FBI, follow the money and prosecute those who are writing checks funding acts of violence, political violence or otherwise, across the country.
Amen.
George Soros has one of.
Amen to that.
Wow.
You know, these all are paid protesters. Now, not everybody's paid, but there's a few crazy liberals drinking the communist Kool-Aid of their Democratic Party. But, Randy, I would have to, honestly, in my little feeble brain, I say that 90 to 95% of these protesters are paid.
Yeah.
Probably about 5 to 10% are just loony left.
Look at the, if you look at the signs, they're all the same. They're printed. They're nice and they're neat. They all say the same things. They're bought. It's like, come down here. We're going to hand you the signs.
Yes.
We're going to give you this, $50, and you're going to stand out here for 4 hours and you're going to protest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what they do. Where did
I
I get it?
totally
Where did I
agree.
get the money? Where did I get the money?
Yeah.
So, I heard one podcast I saw, or one clip, and it was about the war stopping over in Israel.
Right.
And I saw one protester says, well, I don't know what to do now. That was my income to hold up the signs. She was sad the war stopped because of her income.
No.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
While I think it's hilarious, it's also just so sad to think that you would sell out your country because you got paid to protest.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of money they get paid, but I don't think that they can pay me enough to go out there for a couple of hours and protest and act like an idiot.
Right.
But, oh, my gosh.
The Kings thing, though, I saw another clip. I hate to keep talking about clips. I should have them. But it was Elvis. And there was an old clip of Elvis, and they came up to me and they said Elvis said, we've been told you're the king. You're the king of rock and roll. And Elvis looked at him and said, yeah, I'm not the king. He said, there's only one king, and that's our Lord Jesus Christ. So, Elvis got it right.
Well, he got it right. Elvis is living over in Benton, Arkansas now.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. We ought to go to his church sometime.
He's got a church over there, doesn't he?
I swear to God, TikTok is full of that stuff. I'm sorry. I just had to go there.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You saw that on TikTok?
I saw it on TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that right after the clip I sent to you?
Which one? Well, Elvis, it's a good thing he said that because Joy Reid says that, Elvis and Trump both, they can't be kings. All they can do is steal. Right. They're just white men. They can't invent anything or do anything. So,
well, I haven't seen any kings. Have you? I don't even know if we don't have any kings, do we?
No, I mean Carol.
Not any kings.
Carol kind of worships me as a king, but other than that.
Where's your hat? Let me go get it.
Honest to God,
We're going to throw that clip in there. Wearing that hat.
I've looked for a sombrero. I needed to look for a crown.
You need a king.
Well, these protesters, they're bought and paid for, and I love what Ted Cruz. By the way, I probably owe Ted Cruz a little bit of an apology because I kind of started turning on Ted. I don't know, a year or two ago. I just thought that he was becoming a rhino on us, but it seems like he's stepping up. Mm-hmm. And after...
I'm glad you did that.
Well...
You have a tendency sometimes.
Did I hurt your feelings?
Well, no, it's just, sometimes it takes a long time for you to get forgiveness.
Well, sometimes it takes more people, a longer time to my grace only runs so deep. I'll admit that. But he did enough stuff that I just didn't appreciate. But, I think Ted might have woken up when, the Democrat run against him last time, and he had to really hunker down and really campaign in order to keep his seat.
Sure he did.
This last election. Mm-hmm. I think he might have been just a little bit humbled and realized. But anyway, I'll leave my apology there on the table and hope he'll accept it. He says, follow the money, and I can promise you this, it all leads back to George Soros.
Yeah.
Get this. This is something I found. Since 2017, Soros has poured over $7.6 million into this one NGO group alone. Folks, that's manufactured chaos. And
is that a 501c3? And is it he get his deduction and all that stuff?
Yeah,
I bet he does.
Oh, I'm sure he owns it all. It's an NGO, so it's all funneled. It's our money, we the people's money. And even Chuck Schumer was supposed to say that he was going to proudly join this group of protesters. And by the way. George's son, Alex, has already vowed to continue his father's legacy as they pump billions of dollars. They hate America.
Sure they do.
And the thought occurred to me today as I was polishing this program. I wonder if a lot of our listeners had ever heard the name George Soros before our podcast.
That's a good question.
Because honestly...
Email us and let us know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Email us something.
I got an email today, a guy wanting to be a guest on it, and I'll have to talk to you about that later. But these guys are paid protesters and a few crazy liberals tossed in. And you know what's really sad is they're old white people like you and me.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it does not bode well for our generation.
No.
Now, I got to tell you, the older I get, the more conservative I get. God help us all.
Yeah.
But some of these wackos, I mean, I guess maybe they didn't save enough. They didn't pinch enough pennies for retirement. And so they're out there drawing a paycheck from George Soros. It's sad. But, you know, you got the crazy left who can't even define what a woman is. They hate all men. They can't define fascism. They don't understand what a king really is. You know, your question a moment ago is that have you ever seen a king? Not around here.
No.
And I don't think that Trump has trying to be a king.
No.
And I forget, it was Mike Johnson, speaker. He said the other day, it might have even been yesterday, he said if Trump really was king, we wouldn't have a shutdown because a king wouldn't allow it.
Right.
So
now, I did see a clip of Trump that had a crown on and he had a sword and it was going right over Nancy Pelosi's head and she was bound. Did you see that?
You
one?
Sent that to me.
Oh, that's right.
It was in black and white.
Did we have that on the show?
No, we don't have that.
We didn't want to put that on there. Okay,
but I will.
We don't want to get that down.
Well, but I tried my best to download this one. It was a full color, and remember when Nancy and all of them took the knee and bowed, during the Muslim thing and all that. Somebody had taken that and put Trump in a purple king robe with a crown.
I think I saw
and they
that.
were bowing down. Full color. It was beautiful. I did everything I could to find a downloadable program on that, and I just couldn't do it.
Talk to me after the show. I'll tell. There's a little app that you can get that.
Really?
You can. You can save it, clip it, and it downloads it, cuts everything else off except the clip. Works great.
All right. Well, folks, I personally think we're getting what we voted for. These losers that are out here all, talking about Trump and how horrible he is, what they have to realize, for the first time in a long time in America, Trump said, he campaigned, this is exactly what I'm going to do when I come into office.
Right.
If you want this done in America,
vote for me.
Vote for me. We all voted for him. Now he's doing exactly.
I know.
And
I love it.
Think about it. A politician actually doing what he campaigned and said he was going to do.
Yeah.
That's why they're so upset, because they had no earthly idea that he was going to do it.
Right.
Well,
they, during that election, they completely thought that he was not going to be 100%. Thought he was not going to be president. There's no way, with all the convictions and all the lawsuits and all the crap that was going on around him. There's no way. So they were planning all their other stuff that they were going to go through.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
It's all collapsing.
Yeah, you're right. And I think, Randy, the reason they discounted his victory is because they have stolen every election since Hussein.
I just want him to hurry up and do something to let everybody know that that they can't steal elections again. We're gonna revamp this election system. We're gonna do this. I still haven't. Of course, it's only been 9 months he's been in office. So why didn't he hurry up and do that?
Well, we started moaning 30 days in, going, he ain't doing stuff fast enough. The poor man can only do so much. I think he's working 22 hours a day.
Well, it's like he said on the plane. They asked him about the Kings. He said, "Man, I'm working my poop off just for this country that I love." He said, "I ain't got time to mess with no Kings."
Right. Well, I can tell, on a serious note, I can tell you that the same people behind the No Kings Rally, they seem to forget, Randy, this thought occurred to me again today. It was their party that skipped the primary and crowned Kamala queen without a single vote.
Right. Exactly.
Now tell me how that happens in America.
Not voted into running.
No. They had no primary. They just stuck her up front.
They did.
They took Joe because, well, I mean, Joe died years ago. They took his body double and took him out of office.
Is he still on ice?
Yeah, he's still on ice somewhere. They haven't brought him out, Randy. Laugh at me, buddy. Laugh at me, but it's going to happen one day. You're going to have to say, oh, Larry, I owe him a big old steak.
That's right.
Well, they tried to erase Trump from the ballot.
Right.
They did lawfare on he and his family for over 10 years. And folks, that's not democracy. So I've got to say this, the No King Rally was a deterrent to get attention off of the Schumer shutdown. Think about this. Mm-hmm. Because the liberals are really good at this. They do something to keep you from, they want you to look left because they're doing something right.
Yeah.
So they always create something. So I think this No Kings Rally was simply, what are we, like 22, 23 days, 25 days into the shutdown, the Schumer shutdown? Yeah. And I think this was just simply to take people's attention off of it.
Right.
Now, why? Because they are fighting everything that Trump is doing because it's disrupting their kingdom and their reign of power and money laundering schemes. Mm-hmm. I thought of this again. Boy, I guess today was just a day for me to think. I don't know. But isn't it funny how we will have a No Kings Rally because so many people in America hate Trump and will not celebrate his victories.
Yeah.
But yet the rest of the world, Randy, loves him, celebrates him, and would love to have him running their country.
I know it. It's there's just going to be a certain amount of people that's have drank so much Kool-Aid that they can't get it out of it. They can't get out of it.
Yeah.
They just can't. They can't see through the fog.
Right.
They cannot see it.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot see it.
Yep. And I've got to go back to this. I still believe that only 5 to 10% of America truly hate Trump. The rest of us love Trump, love what he's doing, but the legacy media wants us to think differently.
Good Lord, yes.
Why don't you roll clip 3 and then we can discuss that for a moment.
Okay.
Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that. We'll continue to follow these rallies throughout the day here on MSNBC. Wow. All right, coming up.
Can you play that just one more time, Randy? This is
Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that. We'll continue to follow these rallies throughout the day.
You want to see it again? I got this thing. I got this thing working good now.
After hours of tinkering.
I know it.
I love this guy because this is Boston.
Yeah. The audience does not know how long we worked on this program.
No, they don't.
We went through. This show really must.
I left the studio, went home, and had dinner.
So we started on it 5 hours ago. Then we stopped for dinner. And had an appointment, and then we came back, and now finally I think we're going.
We really hope you appreciate this show because we went through hell and back and trying to get it on the air.
This must be a special show, folks.
But Randy, this clip, okay, you saw the clip twice.
Yes.
The crowd.
Yes.
Wasn't that a pretty substantial crowd?
Yeah.
Guess what?
It wasn't. It was fake.
That is fake.
Yeah.
AI, Grok, okay, said that this clip was a women's rally back in 2017.
Oh, my gosh.
MSNBC.
Yeah.
MSDNC put that on the air trying to make people think that, wow, millions. I love the guy's voice. Millions of people protesting. Wow. Folks, if you're still watching legacy media, I feel sorry for you. You just got to quit because they're making you stupid. Now, I got to tell you another thing. It seems like the George Soros and his NGOs only paid the protesters for about 2 hours. Because in New York, Chicago, different places, they said once about 2 hours was up,
they left.
The crowds packed up and left.
Yeah, it's over.
I watched videos of it, and I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, so they only got paid so much. Well, roll clip 4.
Clip 4.
Great day to make some money, right, ma'am? Maybe after today, I'll be able to buy some Gucci glasses like you. Maybe if I work extra hard and get some money from George Soros, I can buy myself some Gucci glasses. Mrs. Gucci. Miss Gucci.
Look at her. I love that kid. That was funny. I just had to throw that in. Roll clip 5, you know.
5.
Let's take another look at these paid liberals.
Faith. I'm Faith. Yeah. I'm with by myself.
Shame,
Oh.
shame, 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 shame.
You can get away from me. Thank you. Wow, these are grown adults here.
Yes.
These are grown adults. There is not a single Gen Z person out here, and they're screaming this. How am I fascist? How am I fascist? I'm a Christian nationalist. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian nationalist. Y'all are all grown and you're just screaming. Why can't we have civil dialogue?
You ever heard of the Constitution?
I do.
Okay, you ought to read it.
Yeah, so don't touch my camera person, thank you.
We're not a Christian nation, that's shame.
Why, okay, but why aren't we oh, don't touch me.
Shame, shame, go away. You are not wanted. Go away.
Now, folks, I got to tell you, these people are just crazy. Now, that is the total definition of sheep.
Yeah.
They are brainless wonders. You know, they just can't, you can't make sense with crazy people. You can't argue with crazy, Randy.
No.
You just really can't. So, you know, that I just had to throw those in for some fun. But let's move on to clip 6. This is certainly an episode of clips. Go to clip 6 and we'll become a little more serious with you.
So this is your birthday, so you came out on your birthday, you thought it was important. Tell me why.
Absolutely, because I have 2 little boys who deserve a bright future of freedom and democracy. And this is a nightmare that I'm living in, and I'm here to make a difference and to be loud and proud. And there's no other way I'd want to celebrate my birthday than with my parents and my best friend fighting for our country.
So, okay, so for a birthday present, what do you hope happens?
Listen.
You know, you wake up tomorrow morning.
Listen.
I hope that I see the obituary that we're all waiting for tomorrow. That's what I hope for.
You wishing that President Trump is dead?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
She says she has a little boy, and yet she is wishing the president to be dead. I wonder if somebody got in her face and said, boy, I can't wait until tomorrow because I hope your little boy's dead.
Yeah, really.
I wonder how she'd feel. Trump is a...
Well, you know, it's we've got to keep him alive.
Yeah.
We have got to keep him alive. They're wanting to kill him.
Yeah.
They want to kill him. They tried twice.
You saw the deer stand in the tree
I saw that
in the line of
today.
fire.
I saw that today.
And we've said on this program for months, if we can keep him alive, he's doing an awesome job.
That's it. We got to keep him alive.
Well, the Democrat Party, the Democrat Communist Party is the party, I say, of violence and hate. I think that we proved the difference between the two parties. Mm-hmm. You know, when George Floyd died, you know, they burnt cities, tore down places, ruined everything.
Yeah.
When Charlie Kirk was assassinated and murdered.
We didn't have no burning buildings.
No, we all went and prayed.
Right.
We had church. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between us. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty proud of it. Mm-hmm. Not one Republican. Well, they want Trump dead, They also want conservatives to die. Now, in that clip, Randy, did you notice the sign that the girl in the back was holding behind the girl that was talking?
With the arrow?
No, not the arrow. This one right here.
Yeah.
It said, "This is what freedom looks like."
Oh.
You know, folks, I can honestly say that if you went to another country and stood there and said, "I wish that this president would die," chances are you're going to get a bullet in your head. You're at least going to go to jail.
Yep.
But here in America,
No, you get to.
we just let people say it. It doesn't matter. You know.
Free speech. Free speech.
Oh yeah, free speech. That's what freedom looks like. Well, here's a teacher mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. Roll clip number 7.
Hey! You ever heard of Ozempic, you fat ass?
Good grief.
Yeah, had you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Pointing her finger like a gun at her neck. Bang,
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah.
Now, folks, this is a protester. Her name is Lucy Martinez. She's a teacher in the Chicago Public School. I got to ask you, am I making a good enough case here for homeschooling yet? Because I'm trying to. I'm telling you, folks, and if you think that this kind of crazy only is in Chicago, New York, LA, places like that, you're absolutely wrong, because we had a professor at a law school here in Little Rock that made fun of Charlie Kirk and his assassination.
Wow.
She got fired.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Our attorney general, he kept calling saying she needs to be fired. Well, if that isn't bad enough, folks, let me show you clip number 8, because here's the next generation of liberals that's in training. Roll clip 8.
Good grief.
Here's a little boy, like a piñata. They have a Trump doll, and he has taken a wooden or plastic sword. And look at the people, the adults, the parents. That parent just gave him a high five.
Good grief.
Let me ask you a question. Taking a look at that, would you want your kid or grandkid to attend school with that little monster? I would hope not. Once again, I'll bring it up. You might want to take a look at homeschooling.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
As weird and crazy. And, you know, Randy, we've had several people that have approached us and told us stories when we first started this podcast.
Right. I remember.
One of them was in Hot Springs. The other one was right here in Little Rock.
Right.
Of really perverse things that was going on, crazy stuff, and we invited them on. Said, let's make a big splash about this.
Yeah.
No, they were too afraid.
Yeah, they didn't want anything.
Didn't want anything to do with it.
Backlash to come against their kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
And I understand that to a point, but there again, I mean, exposure is what it's going to take to expose the wrong.
That's exactly right. You know, we've got people in all kinds of the walk of life that feel this way, that feel like Charlie Kirk assassination was fine. Yeah. You know, trying to kill President Trump, assassinate him, everything is fine. I wonder where this lady, it's her birthday, and she wants to see the obituary. I really wonder what she actually does. Because whatever she does, I would not want to shop there. I would not want to go in there. Well, if that isn't bad enough, did you ever think that you would see a sitting governor march in an anti-American rally as we saw in clip 9?
Really?
Show us clip 9.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
There he is.
Illinois, are you happy about that? Are you proud of your governor? You think JB deserves another term? Now, if you look at this crowd right here, Randy, leave that up on the screen for just a second. Look at this crowd. That's actually the blackest crowd that you will see at one of these No King rallies. Because I've got to tell you that right over here, I grabbed something. It said, here it is. Wrong. Here we go. Chicago is about 29% black. The protest there was only 1% black. Pritzker and Mayor Johnson is actually hated by the black community. And this guy said JB had to go out and get some black people that was his fans to even bring to the rally.
I bet.
Because us crazy white people that's getting paid are the ones that are actually out there doing it.
Right.
He had to go get some black people to put in the rally to make himself look good. You see, the Communist Party wants you to think that us Republicans, us conservatives, are the ones that's always racist. It's funny to me that liberals are the only one that wants to play the race card.
Yeah.
Liberals are the only one that talks about race. You and I talk almost every day of the world.
Mm-hmm.
We don't sit around and talk about race. We don't care.
No.
I've got friends of all colors and all shapes and sizes.
Really? My first mentor was black. My favorite TV actor's black.
There you go. Sidney Poitier, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel, okay.
Denzel Washington
right.
was my favorite actor. Mr. Charlie Springer at Metro Votech was one of my first mentors.
Yeah.
He taught me more than I say all the teachers in the Little Rock school system.
You know, Randy, what's really so sad is that the Communist Democratic Party has gotten so good, they took black people that was freed from slavery and actually moved them into slavery for years. Mm-hmm. It's just a new brand of slavery. Vote for us, we give you everything for free. Vote for us, and we'll give you everything. We'll put you in different positions.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is slavery. And that comes from the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
It does. Us Republicans, us conservatives, we don't act that way. I don't think about color unless you bring it up.
Right.
I mean, if you act like a black fool, I'm going to treat you like a black fool. Yeah. If you act like a white fool, I'm going to treat you like a white fool.
I've seen a lot of white fools.
My gosh. Oh, I deal with them every day in the restaurant.
Right.
Some people are just idiots. Well, let me try to, as we try to wrap this episode up, let's do this. I really want to end on a high note. AOC said at a rally that the GOP is luring men in who wants to be king. She also went on to say that men are toxic. Well, the conservative movement are saying it's okay to be a real man. Mm-hmm. Thank God that the conservatives are finally stepping up and saying it's okay to be a real man. Men are not toxic. Masculinity is finally being celebrated once again in America.
Yeah.
I didn't mention this to you, but you know, Carol and I moved, and somehow at our new place, I got on the mailing list for GQ magazine.
I don't even know what GQ
is. Gentleman's Quarterly.
Okay.
And it's a fashion magazine for men.
Well, how about that?
I used to get one and read it on the airplane when I flew around singing all the time.
Okay.
And I would look at it. I'd find, cufflinks and crap that I wanted to buy. But I looked through that thing and I went, my God, there ain't a real man in this whole thing. I mean, you talk about flaming liberals.
Yeah. It took over.
Oh, my gosh.
Took it over.
Well, masculinity is finally being celebrated once again here in America. Here's what the conservatives are teaching you. Be responsible. Respect women.
Yep.
Get a job and work hard. Go to church.
Go to church.
And be honorable.
Believe in God. Pray.
Yeah. That's what we're teaching. The right is finally coming back to the moral values, and they're using the moral compass of our forefathers and my grandpa and my dad. People have seen the mistakes that they have made. They've seen the sins that they've committed, and they've seen the demise of America.
Yeah.
And they've seen also how the Communist Party has infused us socially and our country with progressive ideas. Let me say this, folks, in closing. Perversion is not progressive.
Right.
Perversion is not progressive. People are seeing the ideas of the far left Democrat Communist Party. It's failing. It's ruining America. And they're turning from their wicked ways. And the left is holding on and paying for these rallies to cover up the ruin and create chaos, trying to maintain their wealth and their power because they love their elitist lifestyle. Folks, pay attention to what you're watching, who you're listening to, and how you're living. And we hope to see you next episode.